What's up, man?
Oh, hello.
How's it going?
I'm very well, John. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining me in my living room.
This is very nice, very comfortable. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. So listen, I have to be honest with you. A lot of friends of mine tell me that I share too much on Facebook. That's one. Two is that my status messages really kind of sometimes don't go anywhere. Yet, I find with yours, because you pretty much write often.
Oh, yes, on the
but
computer, yes.
But there's meaning behind it, and it's not like you're, and I was just talking to a friend about this, it's not like you're reinventing the wheel with your motivation and stuff like that.
Absolutely not.
However, and it's simple, but in its simplicity, it's friggin' inspiring. So thank you for that. That was a lot of run-on sentences there.
No, thank you for finding anything of value in it at all. So,
yeah.
And you're right, especially with, I write mostly on Twitter.
Right.
Because I like the limitation.
Right. And then it just reroutes to your Facebook?
Or I'll post, or I'll do slightly different versions sometimes on there because you have more room. But I do like those constraints. And the computer for me, who's into partying, which definitely involves interaction with other people, like a social media platform, is a very exciting thing. I really have embraced it 100% because I can party with people all around the world in real time. And of course, it's not the same as face-to-face, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just another flavor.
Yeah. I mean, I would think social media is pretty much born for you.
That's how I felt about it. I've definitely talked to other, not just musicians or creative people, but all sorts of people that think it's maybe not even bad, but they say it's not real art, or that it distracts them from the time they could put into other areas, or they want to be more withdrawn, not as accessible. But for me, it really does match my whole vibe, my personal interests, my aesthetic of fun and having fun with each other, like we're hanging out, even if it's in the computer, that still counts.
With me, personally, I also find it sometimes limits me from actually living in the moment. In other words, I'm so like, what am I going to write next?
Oh, yeah.
TV's on or life is going on. How calculated are your tweets? How, do you just kind of get something pops in your head and you type, or?
Sometimes it's so easy that I stockpile because I don't want to overdo, like put too much up at once. So I'll stockpile things or save them for later.
Can I borrow some?
Yeah, I mean,
my shit needs help.
15 cents a word.
Oh, geez.
And that's the discounted rate. It's usually 16
it's
cents.
Not that bad.
So,
I can't figure it out with the characters in Twitter.
I'd say per word. It's 160, right? Is that right? Something like that, 140. But for you, we can bargain about it. I do sometimes also, they'll struggle. And sometimes I can't think of anything to put up. So sometimes I'll revisit things I posted before, rephrase them, reword them, try to improve upon them. But it's just fun. It's just a game. It's a fun game to play. And if it's not fun, or it takes you, like you say, out of a headspace like being in the moment, then there's no shame in not doing it either. There's no pressure. That's the beauty of a game when played correctly.
Right. So, this whole, I don't even know how to describe it, just enjoying life, living to the fullest, living in the moment, blah, 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 blah. Were you always like that? I mean, because it is very difficult, especially when you're thrown so many different devices that you have to pay attention to, and life, and work, and all this other stuff.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I think all of us are doing it whether we realize it.
Because I'm a downer, dude.
Well, you seem pretty chipper to me.
Well,
pretty upbeat.
You're infectious.
Well, at the same time, I'm trying to be cheered up too, and engaging in those kind of pursuits and trying to make that part of your project or your life's work is helpful. I mean, it does help me to be cheered up because I'm working on things that are cheerful. Right. But as far as like living in the moment or always being like this, I think everybody already is that way, and the hard part is realizing that you already are. You can't not be living in the moment unless you're dead, and then you wouldn't really care about it either way.
Or you wouldn't want to live in the moment.
Well, you wouldn't want anything as far as I know, because you're not existing, right? Or maybe you're in another realm. It's the ultimate, we just don't know.
And if the brain is still going and you're dead, and you're living in the moment, you're like, shit, I don't want to be dead.
Yeah, then you might want to be alive again. But who knows, maybe it's better on the other side. There's really no way to tell at this point. Yeah. Someday we might find out.
Maybe.
Hopefully many, 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 many years from now.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
So do you get the same kind of, I don't want to say pleasure, but like writing a song, performing live, motivational speaking, doing, guesting on a cat video or something, each one of those gives you the same kind of, again, pleasure's really bad.
No, it is.
There.
No, it's
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely, and I thought about it
Or
myself
does it
as
fill
well.
like a different void that, I don't know.
It's like food, I think. It's just like different flavors of food. And maybe because it's all particular activities or pursuits, especially in my area, it's all basically entertainment in one way or show business. So it's like if show business or entertainment is ice cream, then there's all these different flavors of ice cream. For some people, and I've met folks like this, they like all kinds of stuff. So they might be not just in the realm of ice cream, but they might be into, fine wine, and then they have many different flavors of wine and different flavors of ice cream to choose from. Like they're into science and they're into music, and they're into painting and they're into, I don't know, mountain climbing or something. I'm pretty much just interested in partying, and I don't really have any other interests, for better or worse. Sometimes I've wondered if that's not good, but I just try to do what is exciting to me, and it usually takes care of itself.
And I mean, off camera, day to day, you wake up, you have a shitty day. How do you snap yourself out of a bad mood? Or I'm taking meditation now.
Oh,
This
yeah?
is like something totally
wow.
new for me, and I'm totally like, my mind is always going every 5 seconds
Yeah,
about
oh.
every little thing.
It has
So-
to be, really. I mean,
But I'm just curious, like for me, I can't even imagine just being able to be like, okay, close your eyes, let this thought float out of there. I mean,
it's very
it's
challenging.
early on in my sessions, because I don't want to throw anyone under the bus who's having a
No,
nice
it's-
meditation group.
It's hard, I think, with all due respect to very advanced meditators, it's always revealing itself to be challenging in ways, once you master one way. So I think if it was too easy, it wouldn't really have the effects that people look for in it. And as far as my situation with trying to stay cheered up, I just try to remember that's, someday everyone's gonna die, and that usually takes care of, the little stuff that might be irritating at the point. And music helps for sure.
Right.
Being around soft animals, like you were saying with the cats,
Mhm.
soft people, friendly people. There's all kinds of ways, but sometimes it's fine to not feel cheered up also, so you just try to let it all be whatever it's gonna be and make the most of it. And party, that for sure.